Hello everyone, my name is Keely. Welcome to my channel, welcome back if you've been here before, and welcome to Escape the Readathon. Now if you have no idea what I'm talking about, Escape the Readathon is a month-long readathon that was created by Lexi from Books with Lexi, so I will leave her channel and the information video linked down below. The gist of this readathon is that we are all trapped inside the Black Cat Carnival. It is a haunted carnival and there are several different teams and you are trying to be the first team to escape. My job, however, is the Game Master, which means I am trying to prevent you from escaping the Black Cat Carnival. I am so excited to be a part of this readathon, especially in such a chaotic way. I honestly started this vlog with no idea where this was going. I'm actually filming this after the fact of reading all of these books, and I had no idea where it was going, but it ended up being reading backlist thrillers, and I read a lot more than I anticipated. So good luck to all of you out there that are trying to escape, because I am working my hardest to prevent you from doing that. So good luck and happy reading. I am pretty late into starting my vlog for Escape the Readathon. It is currently May 6th, but I have been so incredibly busy that I really haven't had time to sit down and vlog or read too much because of my schedule. I was not home for like 4 days of the first week in May because of the state track meet in Texas, but it is currently Monday. I am back home and I have an update for you because of course I have started my first book of Escape the Readathon, and that is the Book of Cold Cases by Simone St. James. Now I am about 225 pages into this, so I'm pretty far into it. I just have not been able to update because like I said, I have not been home and I haven't really been able to sit down and read a whole lot, but I'm planning on hopefully finishing this book tonight so I can finally get my first book done for Escape the Readathon. And this one is quite interesting. I have had this on my shelves for a very long time and I am just now picking it up, but it is fast-paced and intriguing, which is perfect for a readathon. So a little bit of the synopsis for this book is we follow this woman, Shay, and she works at a doctor's office, but on her spare time, she has a book blog, not a book blog, but a blog called The Book of Cold Cases that is all about cold cases and unsolved murders. And in her town specifically, there is this old serial killer case that wasn't really solved until one day a lady walks into her doctor's office and it is the suspected murderer of this cold case. So Shay walks up to her and is like, "Can I interview you for my website?" And so this interview begins. So this is really interesting because I love cold case stories, and so I love that we're getting to see that, but we're also getting a few flashback chapters and it is dual point of view. So you get Shay's point of view and also Beth, the suspect's point of view as well. So what's really interesting about this as well is you're getting to find out about the crime and if she really is the #1 suspect, if she really did it, or if it was someone else completely. There is also another element to this that I have heard other people say, but I'm not gonna say it. However, I don't know if that element actually fits in with the story. I don't know if I really enjoy that element. I'm really mainly enjoying the interviews and the cold case secrets that are happening right now, but like I said, this is flying by. I have like 120 pages left, so I'm hoping to finish it tonight, but we will see. But yeah, I really need to get books read so I can prevent people from escaping from the games because that's my job, and I'm really in the reading mood right now, which is good because I was in such a slump in April, so it's nice to want to pick up and read as many books as I can. Hello, it is now Tuesday and I just got home from work, but I have several reading updates for you. First and foremost, last night I finished the Book of Cold Cases and I really enjoyed this one. So on my last update, I told you there was that mystery of the cold case with another element that I'm not gonna say. And the downside of this book to me was that other element. I don't feel like it was necessary. However, I didn't absolutely hate that element like I have seen some people hate. I just was more focused on the cold case and the potential murder suspect and Shay and her blog and everything, that I just felt like the other aspect wasn't completely necessary because I wasn't as interested in that part of the book. There was also a romance in here, like a little tiny romance subplot, which I didn't know, and I really enjoyed it because I was really rooting for them. So overall, I really enjoyed this one. It was a very quick read. I loved that this also had some interviews in it, which was really fascinating. And the flashback chapters was so much fun. I just always love flashback chapters, especially when something mysterious is going on and in both timelines you were trying to uncover the truth. And I think this one did really well at that. But it isn't a new favorite, so I'm giving it 4 stars. However, I'm very excited to read more from this author. I have another book that I just recently got by her newest release, Murder Road, and I know she has at least another one, so I definitely want to read more from Simone St. James. But great start to this readathon so far, and I also started 2 other books today and made significant progress in them. The first one I started was Truly Madly Deadly by Hannah Jane, and I am 96 pages in. This is just under 300 pages, so it's pretty quick, pretty short. I would love to finish it tonight, but we have an award ceremony for the end of the year, like end of the school year stuff, that I have to go to at 7, but I have a little bit before then that I can make more progress in this. And this one's interesting. This is a young adult thriller, and we follow this girl named Sawyer. Now, Sawyer is a straight-A student. She's popular. She is dating the quarterback on the football team when one day her boyfriend, Kevin, dies in a car crash. And it seems all normal. It's a car crash. And then one day she gets a note in her locker that just says, "You're welcome." And it goes off from there. So I am intrigued by this one. I am enjoying it. One of my gripes about young adult thrillers is when partying is involved. Like, I just want to read about a teenager who doesn't party and drink. Is that too much to ask for? Because not everyone did that. I didn't do that, and so I would like to read that because I hate when there's partying in books. However, this one isn't super bad about that. There was like one tiny scene, but something happened at the party, so like it got derailed. But I'm having fun with this. I'm interested to see what's going on. I think this also might include a little stalker element, so if you're concerned about that, then just be aware going into it. But this is a Sourcebooks Fire books, and usually with their books, I like fly through them. So really great for a readathon as well. And then the third book I started, which I'm really loving, and that is Creep by Jennifer Hillier, I believe. And I'm reading this one from KU, and this one's interesting. So this is an adult thriller, and we follow this professor named Sheila, Dr. Sheila Tao, and she is sleeping with her assistant, her teaching assistant, TA, her TA. She is sleeping with her TA, even though she's engaged. Anyway, she is sleeping with him, and then she gets engaged, so she calls it off, and he is not happy that she called it off, and some stalking ensues. What's up with, like, the stalking going on? Also, potential murders going on. Like, there's also, like, somebody died already, and I'm just like, I am here for it. I am 25% of the way through that one, and it's reading so quickly. I can't believe I'm already 25% of the way through. I've read, I believe, 1 Jennifer Hillier book before? 2? Something like that, and I've enjoyed her from what I remember, so I'm really excited about this one. I've heard great things, and it seems darker than like a lot of traditionally published thrillers that I've read, which I love, so I'm really pleased with that. So as for what I'm doing for the rest of the time before the award ceremony, it is about 4 p.m. It doesn't start until 7, so I have some time to kill. So I am about to hop on sprints with Lauren from Happy Haunts Library. She's doing Game Master sprints on her channel, so I'm gonna hop on that, hopefully read some more of Truly Madly Deadly, and maybe get halfway through it before I have to leave. We will see. But so far, I am out of my April reading slump, which I'm so excited about, and reading is going spectacular. So hopefully it's going good for you, unless you are on a team that's trying to escape. Shout out to the Game Masters. Let's keep people from escaping for as long as we can anyway. But okay, I'm gonna go hop on sprints, and I will see you later. Hello, it is Wednesday, and I'm actually home from work early because I have physical therapy later, so I had half a day, which means more reading time. Actually, when I got home, I made it home in time to join reading sprints on Lexi's channel, and it was so much fun. That was my first time on Lexi's channel, and it was great to talk to her, Cassidy, and Monica, and cause some chaos, which I love. But I've actually read a lot today. Actually, before I even got home, I finished a book, and that was Truly Madly Deadly. And this one was a very quick read, and I really couldn't put it down because it was just literally a popcorn read, super easy to flip through, and I was intrigued enough to want to know what happened. This is young adult, and so it has that kind of like mean girl trope, which I don't always hate. Sometimes I love it if it's done well, but I hate when it's a mean girl trope and nobody believes the victim. That's what I hate. One of the main gripes I have about this book too is the main character actually went to several adults to get help throughout the course of this novel, and nobody believed her. Like, she's begging you for help because somebody is after her and people around her, and you're just gonna think she's delusional? No, she's asking for help. You need to help her, or at least listen to her. They didn't even give her the time of day, so I just hate when that happens. However, I really did like our main character. She was nice, she was great, but the other characters, not so much. Didn't really like them, simply just because they did not listen to her. This book, I told you, was like a stalker book, and it is, and it turns serial killer. So, stalkers turn serial killer, which I love. There are a lot of trigger warnings that go along with this book. Some of the comments they made about self-harm were uncalled for and kind of random. Like, she kept bringing it up, like, as a joke to her parents, and so I was like, don't really like that. But it was a fun read, nothing too special for me, so I gave it 3 stars. I also made progress in Creep. So I started reading more of Creep on reading sprints, and now I'm 40% of the way through. And let me tell you, that one is also a stalker turned serial killer. I love when books that have nothing to do with each other are very, like, similar in certain things. Now, this one is a lot darker, and I am loving it. I am pretty much flying through it because I am just, like, so on the edge of my seat. It is so intense. Things are happening, and I'm loving getting to learn more about the serial killer and see what happens, because the scene that I stopped at right now, I need to know what happens. I am really enjoying this. I know this is an older one as well. Like, I don't know how old it is, but I'm pretty sure this is one of her oldest, if I'm not mistaken. But I am loving it. And it is the first book in a series, so I am definitely wanting to continue. But my dog is eagerly waiting for me to throw his frisbee, so I'm gonna have to go. And I have physical therapy in like 30 minutes, or I have to leave. So I will see you later, and hopefully I can read more of Creep later today. So it is now Thursday, almost the end of the week. I only have like less than 2 weeks left of school. That is crazy to me. And I am reading so much right now. I finished another book today. So I finished Creep by Jennifer Hillier, and I loved this book. This was unputdownable. I was so intrigued the entire way through and invested. This was so much darker than I expected it to be, which I love dark books. So anytime I go into a thriller and it turns out darker than like normal published books, I'm like, yes, I love that. This ending too was also like very mind-boggling to me. Not necessarily the twist, because I feel like most twists don't surprise me because I kind of, you know, expect everything, but the way that this ended, it makes me really need to pick up the second book, but I cannot find it like on Pango, and I don't want to buy it full price because the paperback, and it's like one of those awkward paperbacks, is like $20-something. So I don't want to buy it. I was hoping it'd be on Pango, but I can't find it. But I need to read the sequel because this was just really good. And like I said, I've read one other Jennifer Hillier book, and I think I gave it 4 stars. And so I'm really looking forward to reading more from her because I really like this one, and I gave it 5 stars. So I'm kind of flying through books right now. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to pick up next, but I will definitely let you know once I have started something. Other than reading updates though, I got a package in the mail, and I didn't order anything, but I did get a message from my friend Keisha from A Book Like You, and she was like, hey, received any packages lately? And so I was like, I'm going to check the mail today. So I'm assuming this is from her, so let's see if I can open this. I don't know what it could be, so I'm excited. Okay, let's see. Should I put out the note first? I don't want to see the receipt. Here's the note. Oh. It says, Happy Teacher Appreciation Week. How special that the world has one like you. Love you, friend, from Keisha. That is the sweetest thing. That is so awesome. So, what is in here? Ooh, okay. She got me Homicide and Hollow Hollow by Mia P. Menensala. This is the sequel to, what is the first one called? Arsenic and Adobo, and I recently read that one and I really loved it. Oh my gosh, I am so excited. I might have to read this month because I'm so excited, and this book, like the first book at least, was so much fun, and I'm hoping this one is just the same. Thank you so much, Keisha, and for sending me something for Teacher Appreciation Week. I am very appreciative for your appreciation, and I love you so much. Thank you. It's finally the weekend. I just got home from work, and I'm really hoping to read so much this weekend. Hopefully I can do that. But I've started 2 books. So last time I told you I wasn't sure what I was going to start with, so I started 2 new books, and one of them I am pretty far into already, and that is The Hunting Wives by May Cobb. I am already on page 160, and this is unhinged. Like, this is wild. So I've had this book for almost a year now. I actually met May Cobb last year at the Riley Sager signing. She was also there. She was the one kind of moderating it, so this is signed. And so this isn't something that was originally on my radar. I had heard of it, but I wasn't sure. But I bought this at that signing and met her, so I was like, okay, I'm gonna give it a shot, I'm gonna read it. And since I'm reading more backlist books, and I think this came out in 2021, 2022, something like that, I figured might as well get it off my TBR. And let me tell you, this is wild, and I hate everybody in here. So, synopsis. We follow this woman named Sophie, and Sophie has just moved from Chicago to a small-ish Texas town. It is described as a small Texas town, but it has 50,000 people, and I live in a small Texas town of 1,600, so 50,000 is massive to me. So she lives in a Texas town, and when she gets there, she is kind of bored with her life. She's really not doing a lot. She is staying at home, working at home, doesn't have a lot going on, and you know, instead of being happy with what's going on, she's quite bored. And so she develops this unhealthy obsession with this rich woman in town named Margot. Now, Margot has this group of friends, and they get up to some scandalous things that nobody knows about, and Sophie somehow is able to make her way into this group, and she is so obsessed with Margot, and I'm just like, why? Why? She is a walking red flag. Why are you obsessed with her? And the only thing we know is somebody dies. We don't know who, we don't know why, we just know that somebody's dead, and we're kind of leading up to that. So right now where I'm reading, like, you get those flashes of like somebody is dead, but you're kind of leading up to that and seeing how deep this obsession goes and how horrible these women are. Let me tell you, they're constantly drunk, constantly cheating on their husbands, and pedophiles. Yep. Pedophiles. And there are scenes. There are scenes. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. I don't like reading about rich people, and this is all about like a woman obsessed with a rich person. I also don't like cheating, or obviously pedophilia, but this is a thriller book, and I'm thrilled, to say the least. I am intrigued. I want to know what happens, and I just hope they all get in so much trouble. I hope they all go downhill and something really bad happens to them, because I hate all of them. And I'm just like, Sophie, you have a great husband, a great kid, a great life. You literally don't even have to do anything, and you're ruining it all because you're obsessed with this walking red flag of a woman. I have no idea where this is going or what's gonna happen or why, but for some reason this is working for me, even though I don't know, I feel kind of icky when I read it. Like, truly I do, but it's going, and I'm reading it. The other book I started is The Butterfly Garden. I can't remember who this is by. Dot Hutchinson? I think that's the author. I'm only 10% of the way through this one, and I'm really not going to talk about it right now because I'm still not sure about it. I don't like the writing. I don't like how it's told. So when I'm further into it, if I get further into it, I'll let you know what it's about. I've heard great things. I've heard it's super dark, so that's why I want to pick it up. But I'll let you know what it's about if I get further into it, or I'll let you know if I DNF it. But I have started Butterfly Garden. So as for tonight, like I said, it's the weekend, so it is officially Friday. So I would love to potentially finish this, or at least get further into it. Lexi is having sprints on her channel tonight, and I think I'm gonna hop on those and be a part of that. And so I'll definitely get a lot read when I am on those. They start at 5:30 my time, so I have about an hour and a half before that. So I think I'm gonna watch an episode of Holiday Baking Championship. It's actually the finale of the most recent season. And then I'm gonna read tonight. Read. Y'all better watch out. If y'all are participating in this readathon, y'all better watch out because my reading mojo is so back. It's Sunday. I did not update you at all yesterday because I simply just did not feel like filming, although I was reading. And going back to Friday night when I was on sprints with Lexi, that was the longest sprints I've ever done, but it was so much fun, and I got to meet some new people. That is the great thing about this readathon and being on sprints and just being a part of it, is I've met so many more booktubers, and everyone's just so great and lovely. But on sprints, I did finish The Hunting Wives by May Cobb, and this book had me making so many faces. I was flabbergasted. I wanted to throw it across the room. I hated it, but I also ate it up so quickly. This is the true definition of a popcorn read. I read this in like a day because I could not put it down, but I hated absolutely everyone. They are terrible people, but also like the pedophile plotline, I didn't realize, because this is my first book by May Cobb, but on Sprints, someone commented that May Cobb tends to write inappropriate relationships with high schoolers in her book, which kind of suspicious. But I just didn't understand that because I was like, these women are horrible. Like, why are we obsessed with them? But I ended up giving it 3 stars because I just hated all the characters, but I was also obsessed with reading this book and I could not put it down. So honestly, I feel like that's how the main character felt. She was like, this woman's bad, but I'm obsessed. Just like how I feel like these women are bad, this book was bad because of everything that was in it, but I was obsessed. So I gave it 3 stars. It was definitely a quick read, but yeah, I was like, where is this going? What is happening? And after that, I picked up another book. So the next book I started was The Six by Annie Taylor. And I'm actually on page 344. So I have like 80 pages left of this, so I should be finishing it this today. And this one has a really interesting premise because it was basically pitched to me as Squid Games on a Greek island. And I was like, that's all I need to know. Let me tell you a little bit more about it though. So we have 28 contestants basically, and they are all going off onto this retreat. Now, all of these contestants are not having great lives right now. A lot of them have different, like many different addictions. And so they're going to this retreat and they are told you have 6 days to complete 6 challenges. And at the end of it, you will get $60,000 and all of your debts will be paid off. So like, sounds like a great deal, right? Until there's a little murder mystery going on, people start dying, and on the other side of things, we actually get the point of views of some of their loved ones that have no idea where these people went, and so they are investigating, trying to find them. So, 80 pages left of this. This book is so boring. I'm devastated. This book is so boring. The challenges, what kind of challenges are those? Like, who thought those would be good challenges? They're not like Squid Game challenges where you just like see people die left and right, and they're not even that intense. Like, I felt no pressure. I was not on the edge of my seat. I was just like, can we get done with this challenge already? I hated the challenges. And it's quite boring because I want to see most of what's going on, like at this retreat thing. I want to see the challenges, I want to see the people dying, but most of this book is the loved ones trying to investigate where their family members are. And it's just not as interesting because for us, we know exactly where they are and we know all the answers. So watching their loved ones find the answers, we're like, okay, I'm not interested because I already know exactly what's going on. I want to see these people die, which sounds horrible. But if you've watched Squid Game, that's what I was expecting, and this is not that at all, and it's just so boring. I am not having a great time, but I will finish it because I'm almost done with it. I do like that it's multiple POV. We get 4 different POVs. Yeah, like 4 different POVs, which I love. The chapters are short, which is also really, really great. Things are definitely speeding up here at the end, so I'm interested enough to see what's going to happen, but overall, this is really boring. So if you also heard it pitched as Squid Game, don't expect that because that is not what this is. Also, this book is just one of those obnoxiously like heavy books. Like, why is this so heavy? I don't understand. And when I read it, my hands are just tired. But anyway, I should be finishing that today, and I think this will also be my last book for this vlog, but I will update you when I have finished it. It is Mother's Day today, so I think after church we might be doing stuff. I'm not really sure, but I should still have time to finish this book, so I will see you then. I'm giving this 2 stars. All my thoughts are the same from the last clip, so I really don't have to go too much into it. The ending was definitely a lot more fast-paced, but it was just kind of dumb. I didn't love it, and I was kind of getting angry towards the end too. I just think overall I was bored. I was really hoping this book would focus a lot on the challenge and what happened to the people at the retreat, but unfortunately it was more of their family members looking for them when we, as the reader, already knew what happened to them. So 2 stars, but that is my last book for this backlist thriller reading vlog. I read 5 books this week. That is way more than I anticipated, especially because it is the end of the school year, and as a teacher, end of the school year is crazy and chaotic. So if I read 5 books this week, just imagine how much I'm going to read when school ends in a week. It's gonna be great. But yeah, that is it for this video. If you have made it this far, go ahead and leave the Ferris wheel emoji because we are still at the carnival. Let me know once again if you are participating. But that is it. Thank you so much for watching. As always, all my social media links will be down below, and I will see you next time. Bye!